Zashiki warashi is a Japanese folktale. It is a very famous old story in Japan. Long ago, in a river somewhere in the Tohoku region, there was a man catching fish from a small boat. Just as he was about to pull in his net, he heard what seemed to be a child's voice calling to him. When he turned around, he saw a child standing on the riverbank, waving at him, with belongings wrapped in a cloth bundle. "Was it you who called me just now? What are you doing in a place like that?" "I was thinking of swimming across to the other side, but the water was too cold, so I gave up. Would you take me across in your boat?" "All right. But wait a little. Once I finish pulling in my net, I'll take you across." As the man rowed the boat, he asked the child sitting beside him, "So then, what do you plan to do from here?" "Well, until just a few hours ago, I lived quite comfortably in that old house in the village over there. But they are about to rebuild it, so I decided to leave. There is an old house on this side, too." The child pointed toward the village on the opposite bank and said, "I think I will stay there for a while." The boat soon reached the riverbank. "We're here. Take care, boy." But when the man turned around, the child was gone. He felt as though he had been tricked by a fox. According to rumor, the most prosperous house in that village suddenly began to fail in business. "It is because they rebuilt the house," people said to one another. Meanwhile, another old and worn-down house suddenly began to prosper. It was an old inn that had not been doing well at all. Sometimes it had no guests for days. But one day, a traveler stayed there, and after supper, while he was relaxing, a little boy entered his room. "Will you wrestle arms with me?" "All right. But you won't have any chance of beating me," the guest said, having nothing better to do. Yet no matter how many times they tried, the guest could not beat the child. At last he gave up. The next morning, the man said to the innkeeper, "You have a remarkably strong child. We arm wrestled last night, and though I thought I would win easily, I could not beat him even once. Surely no one can defeat your son." "My son? What are you talking about? I have no son." From then on, the rumor spread, and in no time the inn became famous throughout the region. Crowds of guests began to come, and the inn was full every night. Several years passed. One day, the owner of the inn felt as though someone had gone out through the front entrance. He looked toward the doorway, but there was no one there. From that time on, the flow of guests stopped completely. "That child must have gone somewhere else," people whispered. The end.